Hello and welcome to Wayne Hills High School for today's North Jersey Section 1 Group 3 tournament matchup that features the 11-6-1 Mount Olive Marauders and your 14-4-1 Wayne Hills Patriots. Alongside Jake Talerico, I'm Jason Hook as we bring you today's matchup. In this state tournament, the Marauders are ranked 6th and your Patriots are ranked 3rd. The Patriots are coming off a 4-0 win against Morris Hills. Sophomore forward Sophia Bradley had a hat trick in the last game, leading the team to a big win, especially after their 1-0 loss to Wayne Valley. Now let's take a look at today's key player.
My key player for today's game is the senior goalie, Janelle Lasario. Janelle Lasario on the year has 63 saves, and that is in 18 games. She has been the difference maker for this Patriots team. As a leader, also, since being the senior, it's her final year. Now that they're in states, it could be her last game at any moment, so she's playing her heart out for them.
Yeah, she's done an amazing job all year round in that goal. That's all we have for the pregame show, and we will see you in just a few moments for the game.
ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Wayne Hills High School for the quarterfinals of the NJSI AA North 1 Group 3 Girls Soccer Tournament. Today's game matches the 6th seed Mount Olive Marauders and your 3rd seeded Wayne Hills Patriots. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
And welcome back to Wayne Hills High School, where the Mount Olive Marauders are about to play your Wayne Hills Patriots. As both teams get ready to play, we have a score update over on the other side of Wayne. The Wayne Valley Indians are currently up 2-0 against their opponent, the Paramus Spartans. And also playing right about now is the Old Japan Golden Knights against the West Essex Golden Knights. Both teams looking to get their spot in the semifinals, as here at Patriots Stadium, we are ready to get this game against Mount Olive underway. We got word that Coach Rayberger said this would be a tough matchup between the two teams. Mount Olive has apparently looked good all year, so the Patriots are really going to have to bring their A game today as we await kickoff. Mount Olive in their last 5 games are 4-1. And Wayne Hills in their last 5 games are 3-2. So both very, close, evenly matched teams here today. Definitely looking forward to a close game. A lot of back and forth here as the Patriots now take the field.
They meet here today in the quarterfinals. Winner of this game will take on the winner of the game being played also in Wayne today, the 7th seed Paramus and the number 2 seed Wayne Valley. That semifinal matchup will be this coming Tuesday the 9th, and the state sectional championship would be Friday the 12th.
Also, over at Ramapo High School at 2 o'clock, the Raiders at Ramapo are playing the North Highlands Highlanders. Ramapo, the number 1 seed in this tournament, and the Highlanders, the number 8 seed. Ramapo coming off of a 7-0 win against Cliffside Park.
As Mount Olive comes out onto the field, it is a 49-degree chilly day, but it is very sunny out here at Patriots Stadium. Definitely good weather.
As you see the Patriots now ready to take position. Key player for today's game, Janelle Lasario, gets into the goal as we await the Marauders of Mount Olive. Patriots will start off with the ball. And we're just about ready to get things underway. Forward Chara Season Tone to kick off the ball. And we are underway. She passes it forward to Sophia Bradley. Bradley, great footwork. Moves things forward. Passes it over to Weltman. Hit forward, Weltman goes to save it. Not there in time. But it will be a corner kick. This one will be taken by freshman Chara Seasonstone. Seasonstone this year has 15 assists. Corner kick, not able to get anything off there, as that's kicked out of bounds by Mount Olive player.
Patriots are going to need to score as many goals as possible. Mount Olive, as we heard, scored 9 goals last game. They're going to need to be aggressive as they are right now.
Mount Olive takes possession. It's intercepted by Bayaz Khan. Now here's Dara Golden with the ball. Tries to get it to Seasonstone, but it's kicked out of bounds. Here's Brad with the ball. Passes it over to Seasonstone. Seasonstone crosses it over. And it's retained by Mount Olive. Down the field. Chasing after it is Lombardi. Unable to get to it. Pass over to number 18, Mia Montiel. And it's intercepted by Carissa Goodwin. Now they push the ball forward. And that one is taken. Hill's defender tries to clear it, but it's retained by the Marauders. Here's Goodwin with it now. Pass over to Bayaz Khan. And it is out of bounds off the foot of Sophia Redmond for Mount Olive. Here's the throw in over to Seasonstone. And there's Chidrowski with it. Looks for the open Bradley. Unfortunately, cannot get to it. Passes it over, but it's intercepted by Chidrowski. Now here's Welton with the ball. Pass it over to Bradley. Bradley with an open look at the goal. And it's just blocked. That one by number 1, Aubrey Giordano, the goalie for Mount Olive.
Sophia Bradley had the goal wide open. Just her and Giordano. Giordano makes a great save, diving to her left. Barely saved it, though. Only 4 minutes in. That could have been a big difference maker to start off the game.
Now here's the corner kick by Seasonstone. Over the Weltman. Shot by Dara Golden is no good, as it's picked up by Giordano. As it's now a Marauders ball. Mount Olive moving it up the field. They lose it. That one's picked up by Weltman, who passes it over to Bradley. Bradley over to Seasonstone. She just can't get there. And it's picked up by the goalie, Giordano. She will roll it out to Buteau. And that's a pass up to Zaug. Marauders moving the ball up, but it's taken by Carissa Goodwin. Here's Golden with the ball. She passes it over to Weltman. Weltman looking for Bradley there. Couldn't get there. And Mount Olive gets the ball back. Now the ball is with Olivia Scott. And that is taken back by Mia Lombardi. Here's Weltman with it. She loses the ball. Mount Olive moving in closer, as here's Sandia Zaug. Over to Klatt. but her shot is blocked. Chasing after it is number 21 Duteau, but she is unable to get there, as here's a throw-in from Dara Golden. Season Tone now with it. Passes it over to Bradley. Bradley loses control of the ball, and now Mount Olive is back with it again. Here's Duteau. Tries to get over it to the open attacker. Unfortunately, cannot get there. Shot taken, and that is saved by Janelle Losario. That'll be her 64th on the season as she rolls it out to Bayazkan.
Yeah, that was an easy save for Losario. So far, the Patriots defense has held up.
Here's Bayazkan with it. Trying to move her away from the defender. And she'll pass it over to Weltman. Weltman loses control of it. And that is number 2, Sophia Redmond, to pick it up. And that one is kicked out of bounds. Here's Mia Lombardi to throw it in. And she gives it over to Bayazkan. Lombardi to pass over to Season Tone, but is knocked out of bounds by the Mount Olive defender. And they will call a foul there, as it is now Mount Olive ball.
Looks like that foul was on Sophia Bradley for pushing.
Here's Orlana with it. Has it over, but just can't get there. Diving play, trying to get to that ball, was the attacker from Mount Olive. Unfortunately, could not get there. That was number 3, Stella Orlana. Here's Ali Chedrosky. Over to Megan Weiss. Weiss pushing the ball up here. Bradley chasing after it. Looking to save the ball from going out of bounds. She just saves it and gets it right off the foot of the Mount Olive defender, as it is now a corner kick to be taken by Chara Season Tone.
What a great play by Sophia Bradley, hustling all the way down the field. Megan Weiss kicked it a little bit too far, just saved it, kicked it off the defender. Now the Patriots will get a corner kick.
And here's the kick from Season Tone. And it is no good there, as the header by Lombardi. And once again, very close play there. Lombardi almost had it. Almost got it into the goal, but it was just saved last second as Season Tone gets ready for another corner kick.
Yeah, Giordano went too far. She actually overslid, as that was kicked right to Giordano.
Easy play there by Giordano to make the save. It is now Mount Olive ball. The punt by Giordano. That one is over to Colleran. Now here's Duteau with the ball. She passes it over to Orlana. And that is stolen by Dara Golden. Golden over to Weiss. Weiss quickly over to Bayazkan. Now here's Mia Lombardi with the ball. Lombardi looking for Weltman or Bradley there. Unfortunately got in between the two as she turns it over. Chedrosky missed the stop, but Mount Olive quickly gets the ball back. Here's Duteau with it. And an easy pickup there by Janelle Losario.
That's always risky as a goalie to come that far out of goal. There was only one Mount Olive player.
The punt by Losario. Woman chasing after it. Couldn't get there. Here's Megan Weiss with the ball now. Weiss breaks free of the defender. She passes it over to Golden. Golden chasing it down. Unfortunately, she cannot get there, as number 16, Brooke Zianowicz, cannot get to the ball in time. She'll let it out, as here's Giordano with it. The kick from Giordano. Over to the Mount Olive defender. She'll pass it forward. Weiss chasing after it. She'll be able to make the stop. but Mount Olive able to get it right back. Through pass forward to Duteau. Derek Golden in there just in time to make the stop. As they get ready for the throw-in, this will be from number 21, Bella Duteau. Or, excuse me, number 20 for the team, Sophia Orellana. Orellana back with it. And she will kick it out of bounds, as it is a goal kick for Lasario now. Both teams doing a great job getting that ball up the field so far. Here's Jadrowski with it. Overshoots Season Tone, and that is picked up by the Mount Olive defender, but she just loses it. That was Yenowicz again. Throw in over to Bradley. Bradley, a high pass there to Waltman. Waltman couldn't get under it. That one is cleared by the Mount Olive defender. Here's Megan Weiss now with it. Just breaks free. Through pass over to Lombardi. Lombardi over to Bradley.
As whistle was blown there, looked to be on Sophia Bradley once again. Mount Olive will get the ball back as Giordano comes out of goal.
Here's Giordano now with the kick. Short one over to the defender. She'll move it forward. Chasing after it now is Lombardi. Here's Carissa Goodwin. Gets under it for the pass. Mount Olive gets it right back. Bayazkan now with the ball. Passes it over to Lombardi. That one is taken back by Stella Orellana. Now the ball is passed back to Orellana. Blakesley tries to break it up, but she couldn't get there in time. Pass up, the shot there, and it is just wide. That shot by Katie Colleran.
Olivia Scott just stuck her foot out a little bit and it did deflect off her shin. No shot on goal for Mount Olive, but they do have the advantage with possession here.
Now here's the corner kick from Alexa Mangone.
Lasario organizing her defense, getting ready for the corner kick.
Mangone with the kick. And that is saved by Lasario. Very close quarter save there. Fortunately, she is able to get to it as she throws it forward to Bradley. Bradley tries to chase it down, and she just barely gets there. Unfortunately, that one is taken back by Stella Orellana, and Goodwin is there to make the stop.
Looks like Sophia Bradley is limping, grabbing at her leg after that play. She looks to stay in the game.
Here's Beza Bayazkan with the ball. She will pass it up to Chara Seasontone. Now here's Bradley once again with it. Pushing things forward. Pass over to Seasontone. Defender gets there just in time. To Bradley. Back over to Seasontone. Seasontone with the goal. That will be Chara Seasontone's third goal of the season.
What a great play overall. Sophia Bradley and Seasontone took that all by themselves all the way down the field, passing back and forth. It actually confused the goalie, Giordano, so much that she was so off balance that she had no opportunity to save that.
Great job all around by the team. Just 14 minutes in, and Hills is already up 1-0. As Mount Olive pushes things forward, here's Duteau with the ball. She will pass it over to Zaug. Zaug tries to cross it over, but it is stopped by the Patriots defense. Here's Chara Seasontone with the ball. Push things forward. She'll pass it over to Sophia Bradley.
This came from number 24, Sophia Bradley. 1-0 Patriots, 25-40.
Bradley showing off the footwork here, trying to get past that defender. She takes the cross. She looks to cross it there. but that is wrapped up by Giordano. Here's Giordano with the punt. A little bit of an overshot as there's Weiss with it. Now there's Weltman with the pass. And it is picked up easily by Giordano. Kind of overpassed that one, looking for season tone on the play.
Yeah, Weltman did not want that to happen with possession once again as Giordano kicks it in.
Bayascon goes for it. She will take the fall. Gets back up quickly. Megan Weiss with the ball. She looks for Golden. Golden not able to get there in time. Now here's Duteau with the ball. She passes it over to Zaug. Now here's Orlana with the ball. And that'll be out of bounds. Sophia Orlana once again to throw it in. Throws it over to Zaug. And that is picked back up by Chedrowski.
That was kicked right between Dara Golden's legs as she does pass it in. Intercepted again.
Duteau tries to do something with it, but it is blocked off by Golden once again. Here's Orlana to throw it in. Right back to Duteau. Duteau back to Orlana. That one's picked up by Megan Weiss. But Clad is able to get there just in time. Here's Zaug again. Over to Sophia Orlana. Tries to get it over, but it's taken by Bayazkan. She tries to get the pass over, but it is taken by Mount Olive. Chedorowski just able to get there in time to make the play. Megan Weiss chased it after the ball there. Unfortunately, couldn't get it. Sophia Orlana with the throw in. That one was to Duteau. That one is forced out of bounds by Golden. And Orlana to throw it in once again.
That looked like it was off of the Mount Olive player, not Derek Golden.
Zaug trips up. As there's the pass from Bayazkan to Weiss. Here's Chara Seasonstone once again. She loses it. Chasing right back after it. Mangone with the ball now. And that's taken by Lily Weltman. Weltman looking for Seasonstone. Seasonstone just gets there in time. Now here's Sophia Bradley pushing things forward. Running past there. Chara Seasonstone unfortunately not able to get there in time. But it will stay with the Wayne Hills Patriots. Now here's the throw in over to Bayazkan. Looking for Sophia Bradley. Unfortunately couldn't get there. Now here's Mia Lombardi with the ball. She will pass it back to Carissa Goodwin. Goodwin looking for Seasonstone there as it's taken by the Mount Olive defender. And she will kick it out of bounds for the throw-in. Lombardi now with it. Looking for Lily Weltman there. Just can't get the kickoff as it's taken by Mount Olive. Now here's Duteau. She'll pass it over to Colleran. Colleran breaking free of the defender. But Chedorowski gets right there. Pass over. There's Dara Golden chasing after it. Unfortunately couldn't get there. And now here's Orlana with the throw-in. That's a throw into Zaug. Locked in the corner by Chedorowski. And they will call it a corner.
Once again, any close call when it comes to being kicked out of bounds by one team, it seems to go Mount Olive's way.
That one too far to the left by Orlana, as there's now a goal kick from Lasario. And here's the kick. Over to Megan Weiss. Weiss just couldn't get under it there. As picked up, here's Duteau. Over to Colleran. Colleran breaks free of Goodwin, but Goodwin just gets back there. Now here's Lombardi with the ball. She'll pass it over to Sophia Bradley. Bradley chasing after it here. But that's picked up by Sophia Orellana. She'll pass it over to Duteau. And that's Mangone with it now. Pushing it forward, and that is picked up by Lasario. Here's the punt by Lasario. And here's Lily Weltman now with the ball. Passes it up to Weiss. Weiss over to Golden. Golden's going to chase after it, but it will go out of bounds, and it will be Marauders' ball.
Golden cannot catch up to that. That's happened to her a couple times where Megan Weiss, it's the same situation, just overkicks her.
Now here's the throw-in from Sophia Orellana. And here's the pass. Chudrowski gets to it. Duteau heads it. And here's Weltman now with it, but it's kicked right out of her possession there. Chasing after it is the Mount Olive attacker. Now here's Dara Golden with the ball. Overpasses it there. It's picked up by Orellana, who passes it over to Mangone. The shot, and it is saved by Lasario once again. Her second of the game at her 65th on the season.
Lasario's so far had a pretty easy job today in the first 22 minutes of the game.
Now here's Weltman with it. Short pass over to Season Tone. Season Tone trying to get things over to Bradley. Bradley just couldn't get to it in time as it's picked up by Giordano.
That was a good spot, just Sophia Bradley could not catch up to the ball as it split both of the Mount Olive defenders.
Sophia Orellana now with the ball. Looks for Duteau. Duteau loses it as it's picked up by Ascon. And she passes it over to Weltman. Weltman looks for Season Tone. Just couldn't get there as the pass is kicked off by Mangone. That one is passed out of bounds as it is now Patriots ball. Here's Bayascon with it. Looks for Season Tone. But Stella Orellana just gets there in time. Here's the throw-in from Lombardi. Couple of headers there, but it stays with the Patriots as here's Bayascon. She looks for Weltman. Weltman over to Bradley. Off the foot of Bradley, that'll go right to Mount Olive there. Here's Sophia Orellana with the ball now. She passes the ball back. Here's Redmond now. Pass forward, just couldn't get it for that. Messieurs Weiss, who picks it up. Passes it over to Bradley, chasing after it to Season Tone. She doesn't get there in time as Julia Klatt kicks it out of bounds.
That was probably for the best. Season Tone going down the field. There was no other, none of her teammates down the field, so she would have nobody to pass to. So this is probably the best way for the Patriots to get an opportunity to score.
Bayascon now with it, as she will pass it over to Mia Lombardi. Lombardi going to push things forward over to Season Tone. Back to Lombardi here. Over in the corner. Tries to cross it over. That is way too far to the left. But it looks like things will stay with the Patriots as Charles Season Tone will now get the corner kick here. Season Tone ready for the kick. That one's over to Bayascon, who heads it just in the corner. It's saved. A lot of back and forth there. Giordano tries to get a hand on it. She just gets it. And it's back over. Patriots and Marauders fighting for it there as it's just kicked out. That one just barely saved between the corner of the post and Giordano's hand. Very difficult shot to save.
A lot of breathing in and breathing out for the fans here. There was about 3 opportunities for the Patriots to score, 3 saves made, and only 1 was made by the goalie, Giordano. Giordano had multiple times where she was diving out of the goal.
Now here's the throw-in from Sophia Redmond. It'll be knocked right back out of bounds. And it will stay with Mount Olive here, as there was a foul called there. Now here is the free kick. That one's deep into the goal box, but it is picked up easily by Lasario.
These saves for Lasario couldn't get any easier so far. There's 14 minutes and 10 seconds left to go here in this first half.
Season Tone tries to get under that from the punt, but it's kicked away by Julia Klatt. Mount Olive pushing things forward here. Pass inside, targeted for Orlana. Can't get to it.
No one
Waltman
around her.
breaks free here. She looks for an open teammate. Couldn't get there as Giordano able to pick things up over the overshot pass.
Yeah, Weltman seems to be kicking it too far, but she put her hands like someone is supposed to be there. Either Bradley or Season Tone is supposed to come in the middle and take that pass.
Over to Orlana here, but it's picked up quickly by Bayazkan. She will pass it back to Jodorowsky. Now the ball goes over to Blakesley. Lombardi with the pass to Season Tone. Season Tone over to Weltman. Weltman looking for the open attacker. She looks for Megan Weiss, just can't get under it. And here's the crossover from Mount Olive as Golden swoops it up. Blakesley now with the ball. Kicks it over to Bradley. Bradley quickly over to Weltman. Weltman back to Bradley. She's chasing it down. Can't get there in time as it's kicked back by Jordan Notaro. Now here is Talia Blakesley with the ball. Passes it over to Season Tone. Season Tone to Weltman. Weltman over to Bradley. Bradley almost had an open look there, but it hits right off of her heel. Very unfortunate. Looked like she had a great chance at the goal there.
Yeah, she turned her head back and right off her heel as she had nobody in front of her, 2 defenders right behind her. She knew she had the opportunity after that. 12 minutes left to go. Patriots still holding a 1-0 lead.
Free kick from Giordano. Just gets past Redmond there. And it will now be a Patriots ball. The throw in from Blakesley now. And we see a few substitutions here. As out of the game is Megan Weiss, and in the game is Sydney Chesson, along with Sophia Carney now in the game for Talia Blakesley. Or I believe Lombardi. Now here's the throw-in, looking for Bradley. Bradley forward to Carney. Carney goes for it. Can't get there in time. Here's Bayazkan now with the ball. Lombardi will lose it. Looking to pick it up is Blakesley. Goodwin able to make the stop. As here's Chodorowski now with it. Passes it forward to Carney. Carney can't get there in time, as it's picked right back up by Mount Olive. Patriots now with it, looking for Bradley deep. Can't get there. Bayaz Khan, once again, able to wrap things up. Passes it over to Lombardi over on the side. Looks for Bradley there. That one's kicked deep back over onto Hills' side as Blakesley gets under it. Looking for the open teammate there. Can't get to one as here's Mangone with the ball now. She will clear it, and here is Goodwin now. Bayaz Khan with the pass over to Season Tone. Season Tone looking for the open attacker. Nobody there. Now Mount Olive with the ball. Chidrowski able to get there, and that goes right through the legs of Bradley. Unfortunately, just couldn't get that one. As Season Tone able to pick things up after the goal kick. And here's Orellana now with the ball. Kick from Zianowicz. Over to Duteau. Dara Golden putting the pressure on the defensive end. And it will lead to Duteau kicking the ball out of bounds and a throw in here from Golden. And we have a substitution. Mia Lombardi out of the game. And coming into the game is Riley Sexton. Here's the throw-in. Looking for Zianowicz. Bit of contact there as Chidrowski was on the ground for a few seconds. She is able to get back up, and Hills will take the ball as Goodwin takes the free kick.
She seemed to lose her balance after she got hit, but she seems okay, grabbing at her nose as she does stay on the field.
That one targeted for Bradley. She couldn't get under it there. And it will be Mount Olive ball. Here's the throw-in from Orellana. Pass things over to Zaug. And it is off of the leg of Chidrowski. Orellana quickly with the throw-in over to Zaug. And she will pass it over to Mangone. Puts things forward over to Zaug. Can't get there in time. As here's Chesson now with the ball. Kicks it over to Blakesley. She picks it up. Looks for Carney there. Can't get there in time. But Carney steals the ball right back as she passes it over to Sophia Bradley. Bradley breaks free of that first defender. Slide tackle there by Sophia Redmond. And the pass over to Season Tone is intercepted by Orellana.
Mount Olive's been on the attack towards this later half. 6 minutes and 35 seconds left to go.
Duteau now with it. As she passes it right back to Orellana here. Season Tone putting on the pressure as Orellana steps out of bounds. And here's the throw-in from Dara Golden.
Looks like there's another substitute at midfield. Sophia Bradley will be coming out of the game.
And in for her will be number 23, Mia Bacchioni. Orellana now with it. That one is intercepted by Bayaz Khan. She gets into a bit of trouble there from the two defenders. Chesson easily picks it back up, and she clears the ball forward. Now here's Season Tone with it. She passes it over to Bayaz Khan. Bayaz Khan Should be able to find that attacker. Chasing after it now is Sophia Carney. She doesn't get there in time. Giordana with the easy wrap up. And here's a pass over to Mangone. As she will be looking for Collar in there, but it is an overshot pass. Patriots will have it now for the throw-in. That is Riley Sexton now. Pass it over to Lombardi. Can't get to it in time as that's picked up by the Mount Olive defender. Now over to Orlana here. She passes it forward, but it is picked up by the Hills defender. And Zaug putting on that pressure, trying to get that ball back as it's kicked out, and it will be Marauders' ball. And here's thrown once again from Orlana. Zianowicz with the ball. As she kicks it out of bounds, here will be a throw-in from Dara Golden.
The Marauders have stayed aggressive so far, keeping the ball on their side. They're still trying to get a goal on the board. Patriots have the lead 1-0.
Here's the throw-in from Orlana looking for Duteau. She will kick the ball out of bounds, but the ref will actually call it off of the Patriots there, as that one is off of Chudrowski.
Yeah, on this close side of the field, it seems like the ball keeps going out of bounds, and it's always off the Patriots. Some of them are close, and some of them were definitely not on the Patriots.
Orlana looking for Zaug there. That one is kicked out off the leg of Chudrowski. Now here's the throw-in once again. And she's looking for Sandia Zaug, who will kick it out of bounds. And it will be Patriots' ball here. Golden to throw it in. Overthrow there, looking for Carney, but it's off the head of Duteau. Throw in once again. Duteau able to get to it. Here's Chudrowski looking for the ball. And she takes a fall going after it. She is able to get right back up as Orlana now throws it in.
Yeah, Chudrowski's been on the ground a couple times after she got hit in the head earlier and then basically pushed down there.
Orlana looking for a teammate. Tries to jump up there. Couldn't get high enough. Here's Redmond now with it. But Goodwin is able to block her there as it goes out of bounds. Great job by Goodwin. Able to get to the ball right before Redmond can cross it over.
Yeah, Goodwin making a great play. 2 minutes left to go. Patriots definitely want to hold on here.
And that one will be called off of Bayazkan as the Mount Olive Marauders will retain possession here. And here's the throw-in from Redmond. She's looking for Orlana. That one far behind the goal as it's now Patriots' ball. Lisario here getting ready for the goal kick. And that is off the head of Bayazkan as she will kick it out of bounds, and it is Mount Olive ball. Blakesley able to get under it. She will pass it back to Chudrowski. Chudrowski over to Bayazkan. There's Bayazkan now with it. She breaks past that defender. She tries to pass it forward, but Redmond is able to get there in time. Just 50 seconds left here in the first half. That throw in from Sexton over to Bacchione. Bacchione just able to keep the ball in her possession. There's Carney with the pass over to Dara Golden. Dara Golden able to get there in time. And there's Blakesley there. Takes the shot, but is saved easily by Giordano. Here's the punt, just 15 seconds left. Golden now with it. Here's Chidorowski chasing after it, and that'll be off of the foot of Colleran. And that'll that'll end things here for the first half. Patriots are up 1-0. Overall, both teams have been putting together, a great game. So, Jake, what have been your thoughts on the first half?
So far, it's been a pretty back and forth game besides the one goal early in the first half by the Patriots, but the Patriots defense has really stepped it up this game. So far, obviously, we saw no goals, and Sydney Lasario only had to save the ball 3 times with really no contested shots for her. But over on the offense side, they've kept it aggressive, multiple shots on goal, only 1 went in, but I'm expecting a lot more offense for the Patriots in the second half.
Yeah, both teams have been doing a great job so far. Now, don't go anywhere because second half action will be here when we come back. And welcome back to Wayne Hills High School as we get ready to start the second half. Once again, the score, Wayne Hills 1 and Mount Olive 0. A lot of back and forth so far in this game. Both teams showed great skill offensively and defensively. A lot of great plays so far as the Wayne Hills Patriots now get ready to take the field.
Yeah, a lot of back and forth play between the offense and the defense for both sides. Patriots had a point where they had 3 shots on goal in the matter of about 10 seconds. None of them went in. Their goal came early in the first half when Sophia Bradley passed it over to her teammate.
Yeah, that goal there earlier on was from Chara Seasonstone. as the Marauders once again take the field. Later on in that first half, we saw a few freshmen take the field as Chara Seasontone, the usual starter for the team, was joined by Mia Bacchioni and Riley Sexton.
I'm sure most of you know at home, but Wayne Valley did win 3-0 in their game today. They played at 11 o'clock and just finished a couple minutes ago. So the winner of this game will play Wayne Valley. It looks to be the date will be next Tuesday.
The forward for Mount Olive getting ready for kickoff, and we are underway. Here's Mangone with the ball now. Over to Orellana. Back over to Mangone, and back over to Orellana. Passes it back. Now here's Redmond with the ball. She'll pass it over to Zianowicz. Tries to pass it forward to Stella Orellana. Doesn't get there in time as it is cleared by Carissa Goodwin. Zianowicz going after it, and there will be a foul called there. As here is Alexa Mangone to take the free kick. That foul was called on Chara Seasontone. She scored that first goal of the game just about 12 minutes in. That one just gets past all of the players there. It took an awkward bounce, but luckily Losario able to pick it up as she gets ready to punt it off. Bradley going after it. And that is off the head of Orellana. Now it is over to Mangone. Mangone tries to pass it forward, but Colleran cannot get there in time as Losario able to pick it up once again. And here's the punt. Chara Seasontone tries to get under it. She just can't get there as Sophia Bradley currently fighting for that ball there. She is able to pick it up as she passes it over to Lombardi. Lombardi over to Seasontone, back to Lombardi. And that is kicked out of bounds there by Leah Lonoff. As Lombardi gets ready for the throw-in, she'll pass it in to Megan Weiss. Weiss loses it as Mangone picks it back up. Ball goes forward there as that one is kicked back by Giordano over to Orellana. Orellana over to Zaug. And that one is out of bounds off of the Patriots. Orellana with a throw-in, looking for Lonoff. Looking for an open player is Orellana, but she is able to push things forward. But she will be called out of bounds at about that 25-yard line. Throw in to Megan Weiss. Pass it over to Chesson. Chesson clears the ball, tries to get it over to Lombardi. She cannot get there in time as here's Sophia Redmond to throw it in. Orellana goes for the pass, but it's intercepted by Weiss. Here's Sophia Bradley running after it. Bit of a mix-up there, a bit of contact between her and Sophia Redmond there. She isn't able to get anything out of that play. Lily Wotman goes for it. She cannot get to it. Zianowicz now with it. She will pass it over to Zaug. Zaug passes it over to Lonoff. But is taken back by Weiss. Kicks it right back over to the Mount Olive player. Fighting for it there was Derek Golden and Sandia Zaug, as it is called for a Mount Olive ball. That one was cleared by Goodwin, but it's right back to the Mount Olive player. That is Orlana with it. Goes for it. Lisario tries to go in there, and she took a bit of a hit there. Looks like possibly something to the head, as her and Katie Colleran did have a big collision, as Lisario went for that one.
Looks like Danielle Ainelli will be up next for goalie. Sydney Lisario does stand up. I'm sure she's going to want to come out for a little bit of time here. At least the coaches will take her out for a little bit of time.
Yeah, that was a big collision there between her and Colleran. She will, it looks like,
she wants to stay in the game. She's saying she's all right.
Big hit like that, you know, you got to be careful when going after the ball, but, you know, she's one of those all or nothing players. She's going to have to go for it, do anything it takes to make those saves. She was able to get it there, but she did take a big hit in the process.
The clock did stop at 35 minutes and 19 seconds left to go in this game.
Looks like Lisario will be staying in the game, as Coach Ray Berger will hold off Iannelli for now. Hopefully, Lisario stays okay after a big hit like that. And it looks like possession will go to Mount Olive here.
Yeah, you just don't want that big hit to affect her play from now on. I'm sure it won't, but some plays like that do affect it, or do affect you from being as aggressive. Mount Olive gets the ball to start.
Here's the drop in. Mangone now with the ball. Looking for another open attacker. Orlana tries to get to it. She isn't there in time. Megan Weiss picks it back up. She is tripped up, but not before getting it over to Lombardi. Lombardi over to Bradley. Bradley back to Lombardi. Lombardi tries to chase it down. That one is out of the goal box. Giordano has to kick it. And it goes out of bounds right off the foot of Stella Orlana, as Weiss once again gets ready to throw the ball in. Or she will hand it off to Mia Lombardi.
That was an obvious push there by the Mount Olive defender.
Sophia Bradley to take the free kick here.
This is the person you want in this situation.
Now it's only a 1-goal game. You're looking for something big to push them forward here, as that one is hit right off of the Mount Olive defender's leg. And here comes Collar in here. Chara Season-Tone tries to get to that one. She does take a bit of a fall there. Megan Weiss tries to get to it. She isn't able to. Chesson fighting after that ball, but it's picked up by Mangone. Talia Blakesley now with it. Over to Megan Weiss. Now here's Lombardi who clears the ball. Chasing after is Sophia Bradley. She has an open look here. And it'll be just right of the goal. Very, very close there. Unfortunately, she just is off target.
She had the right idea. Faked her to the left. Just taps it to the right. Little too much on it. Right past the goalpost there.
Now here's the kick from Giordano. And it's over to Orlana, who gives it to Zaug. As there's Chidorowski, who tries to clear it. Mount Olive once again gets possession back. Goodwin with the clear. Over to Season Tone. Season Tone tries to get under it, but she can't in time. That will be off of the leg of a Mount Olive player. Weiss passes it over to Weltman. Weltman fighting for the ball here. She is able to pass it forward. Unfortunately, Season Tone could not get there in time, but it will stay with the Patriots. Bradley now with it. Passes it back over to Season Tone. Here's Bradley now. Passes it forward to Mia Lombardi. Lombardi can't get there in time. She's still chasing after it. Unfortunately, couldn't get that ball. Bradley tries to pass it forward. Nobody can get there, but it is kicked out of bounds there by Sophia Redmond. That one is kicked out of bounds. That will be off Mount Olive as Derek Golden gets ready to throw this one in. Looking for Bradley, but Zienowicz gets there just in time. Once again, another throw in from Golden. Bradley finds Season Tone. Season Tone over to Lombardi. Can't get there in time. Or that was Lily Weltman chasing after the ball there. Now here's Zaug with the ball. She will pass it over to Redmond. Chasing after is Bradley, using that speed to her advantage. We've seen her use her speed a lot. She's a very quick player, and she's just able to knock that one out of bounds. Lombardi now with it, tries to clear it. Gets right back under it as Blakely now has the ball, and she will kick it out of bounds. Almost hit the head of the referee there as she kicked it out of bounds. Mangone now to throw it in. Over to Orlana, but it will be out of bounds and a goal kick for Janelle Lasario.
Mount Olive had an opportunity there. They haven't had many so far in this game. All their shots on Sydney Lasario have been either dribblers or not even any bit difficult for Sydney Lasario.
Here's Waltman now with the ball. Over to Sophia Bradley. Now here's Waltman with it. Tries to pass it forward, but Zhao gets under it. Over to Mangone. Tries to get a look for Redmond, but Weiss is able to get there in time. Now here is Zaug once again.
Come on, John, everything you got.
And there will be a foul called there on Chara Season Tone, as the kick will be taken here by Julia Klatt. Great kick forward, but it just gets past all the attackers there as Janelle Lasario able to pick it up. Mia Lombardi clears the ball. Bradley chasing after it as that is kicked out by Redmond. Bradley very far back behind the ball, but she is able to get there almost in time, showing off she's got great speed.
She covered about 30 yards of ground to catch up to the defender, as Patriots will have the ball looking to score.
Thrown from Lombardi over to Weltman. Nobody there, as Orlana now has it, as she passes it forward to her sister Stella. Will now pass it up to Colleran. Colleran over to Zaug now. big long kick there and is just overshot. Was surprisingly on target and only about 2 feet above the goal.
Yeah, those are actually some of the most difficult goals to save because of the angle that they do come in from. I thought that was going to be way out. Somehow came pretty close to a goal.
Lasario with the kick over to Weiss. Weiss cannot get under it here. As here's Mangone being chased down by Weltman. Shot by Mangone. Lasario gets there just in time. Another great save.
Wake up, Hills!
Here's the punt from Lasario. Over to Season Tone. And there is a bit of a trip up. And it will be Patriots ball here. And a free kick to be taken by Talia Blakesley. Patriots players getting ready downfield. The kick from Blakesley. Over to Waltman. Waltman tries to get under it. Just can't. As it's picked back up by the Mount Olive player. Here's Chara Season Tone, who takes it right back. Megan Weiss now with it. She'll pass it over to Biazcon. Megan Weiss now with it after the turnover from Mount Olive. And there will be a foul call there against the Patriots. It will be Marauders' ball.
Just about 25 minutes left to go here in this game. Patriots holding on to this 1-0 lead.
The kick from Giordano. That one is over to Mangone, who will pass it right back to Redmond. Redmond back to Mangone. Here's Colleran now with it. She passes back to Redmond. And that is just kicked off by Mia Lombardi. Fighting for it there was Lombardi. As Waltman tried chasing down the ball, she couldn't get there in time. Here's the throw in from Redmond now. As Mangone kicks it very far as she clears that one out of bounds. And it will be a goal kick from Lasario. Lombardi able to take that one back as Carissa Goodwin is able to clear that one. Here's Sophia Redmond now with the ball. That one is taken right back by Megan Weiss. Here's Sophia Bradley now with it. Tries to look for Weiss, couldn't get there, but she's able to get the ball back. Chasing after it is Weiss now. Oh, just can't get there in time as that one is picked up by Aubrey Giordano as she rolls that one out to Mangone.
That could have been a very bad play if Giordano does not get to that ball.
Now here is Stella Orellana now with it. She will pass it over to Zaug. The shot from Colleran is far to the left. And it will now be another goal kick for goalie Janelle Lasario.
Yeah, back to that play before. Megan Weiss just barely loses the foot race to Giordano. Sophia Bradley was wide open the opposite side of the field.
Here's Waltman now with it. Able to break free. And there will be a foul called there against the Marauders. And a free kick here will be taken by Carissa Goodwin. Short pass over to Bayascon. Looking for Bradley. Bradley just gets under it. Looking for Weltman there. Pass was a bit low. Zaug now with the ball. That one is picked right back up by Golden as a Marauders player kicks it out of bounds as Golden will now throw it in. Bayascon now with the ball. Talia Blakesley kicks it over, but it is intercepted by Mangone. Mangone kicks it over Lombardi tried to get under that one, just couldn't. But she did kick it right off the leg of Stella Orellana, as it is now a Patriots throw-in. Throw in to Lily Weltman. Weltman kicks it right back to Lombardi as she clears it, trying to get that as far away from the goal as possible. Throw in to Zienowicz. As here's Redmond. She passes it over to Mangone. Mangone takes the shot, but it's picked up over to the right of the goal by Janelle Lasario. Here's the punt by Lasario. Megan Weiss trying to get under it. She can't just in time, but Lily Weltman able to pick that one back up. She tries to look for Season Tone. Season Tone doesn't get there. Beza Bayazkan able to get to the ball. Now here's Lombardi with the pass over to Weiss. Back to Lombardi here. Kicks it right back to Weiss once again. Over to Bradley. Bradley to Lombardi. Lombardi in a bit of a foot race there with Orellana. She'll pass it over to Bradley. Bradley, bit of an off-balance shot there. It'll be saved quite easily there by Aubrey Giordano.
Yeah, it's probably not the shot that Sophia wanted to take there, but she felt she had an opening. Took the shot. It was right at Giordano.
Sophia Redmond now with it. That one is hit off the foot of Lombardi and goes right to Bayazkan. Bayazkan will pass it back to Carissa Goodwin. Weltman over to Weiss. Pass it over to Lombardi once again. Back to Bradley. Lombardi could not get to it in time as it is picked up once again by Giordano. We'll punt it off. Going after it will be Kolbusk. Can't get there in time as she will pass it back over. Here's Zienowicz now. But it's taken back by Talia Blakesley. Pass forward, looking for Colleran. She can't get there. Chidorowski tries to get to it. And there was a wrap up there between Colleran and it looked like Chidorowski. Coach Rayberger over on the sideline was not very happy about that no call there. Blakesley clears that one, but it's picked up by Redmond. Redmond over to Mangone, but it's overdone there as Lily Wellman picks it up. Sophia Bradley tries to get past that defender. Can't get to it in time as Zienowicz picks that one up. Pass to Orellana is taken back into Patriots possession. Chara Season Tone passes it over to Waltman. Waltman clears the ball. That one is to Bradley here. In the corner, trying to do something with it, gets it through the legs of the Mount Olive defender, and she takes a big fall there.
Still on the ground. That's not good. As they do stop the clock, we have just reached the halfway point here. As a name that you do not want to be hearing on the ground, Sophia Bradley, as she looks to stand up.
Bradley's this team's star player. She's got 27 goals on the season. She had a hat trick in the last game. Very unfortunate to see her take that big fall. She is running back to the sideline, looking to take some time out, but she's not severely injured. And it looks like they will be bringing in Sophia Carney now.
Yeah, you do not want Sophia Bradley out of this game for much longer. Patriots still only have a 1-0 lead. Definitely not comfortable with it.
There was a foul called there against the Patriots, as now Zhao gets ready to take the free kick. She will pass it over to Mangone. Weiss chasing after it, and she will get possession as she passes it over to Weltman. Weltman over to Season Tone. Bit of a trip up. Sophia Carney now with the ball. She was brought into the game to replace Sophia Bradley. Megan Weiss now with it. Over to Weltman. Weltman gets tripped up.
They finally got the call they've been looking for. Multiple times defenders have been tripped or run into, pushed. They got the call.
Fortunately, didn't come at such a great time as Lombardi did a great job clearing the ball. Carney looked like she had an open lane to that goal. They are able to get that call there as Lombardi gets the free kick. Derek Golden now with the ball. Tries to get under it. Heads it over looking for Weiss. Cannot get to it. Golden keeps the ball. And that one is cleared by the Mount Olive defender. That will be pretty far back as they get ready to throw it in at about the 35.
Sophia Bradley trots back out on the field.
And she will come in for Lily Weltman as they are keeping in Sophia Carney. Here's the throw-in from Golden over to Season Tone, but it's taken by Mangone. Mangone, the pass over, but it is taken right back. That one kicked out of bounds by Ali Chadrasky. As there's now a corner kick to be taken by Alexa Mangone. Corner kick by Mangone. Gets past most of the players there. A lot of back and forth, but it's an easy save there from Loserio. Off the head of Zaug. And that one will be called for a free kick. This one will be taken by Lombardi. Looking for a teammate quickly. Unfortunately, couldn't find anybody open. Signaling for them to move back here. Deep kick. That one gets right over the head of Bradley. Chasing after it is Carney. Can't get there in time. As Orellana gets the ball right back.
Get back in.
Bit of a trip up there as Orellana takes the fall. And she will be taking that free kick. Or she will signal over Zienowicz, who will be taking the free kick instead. That one will go out of bounds, and it will be a goal kick for Janelle Loserio.
Let's go, Hills.
Loserio kicks it. And it gets right past those Hills players. Once again, Mount Olive looking to get something out of that one. Unfortunately, could not get there. Bayazka now tries to clear the ball. And Carney gets possession of it. She will pass it forward looking for Sophia Bradley. Bradley
Trips over herself. Sophia Bradley has been all over the field for the Patriots.
Here's a throw in now. fighting with it there as Carney takes the fall, but she is able to get up quickly. And that free kick was taken quickly as they pass it over to Bradley. Bradley looking for Chara. Season Tone tries to slide after it. She cannot get there in time.
I'm not sure if Mount Olive's getting frustrated. Offense has been struggling most of the game. They've been getting a lot more chippy when it comes to pushing and shoving. 13 minutes left to go exactly. Patriots still holding on to this very slim 1-0 lead.
Chasing after that one is Bradley. And that will be called for a throw-in. Here's Dara Golden. With the throw-in, she's looking for Carney. Bit of an overthrow there. This goes right back to Bayazkan. Over to Golden. Passes it forward to Sophia Bradley. Chasing after it now is Orlana and Lombardi. Lombardi can't get to it in time, but she's still chasing down that ball as she gets it right back. Blakesley tries to clear it, but it's knocked right back by that defender from Mount Olive. Now Megan Weiss with the ball. She'll pass it over to Carney. Carney tries to get it over to Season Tone, but it's right off the foot there of Montiel, as there will be a throw-in from Lombardi. Season Tone over to Carney. That one's right off the face of Zienowicz. Carney tries to save it there, as it goes right back over to Weiss. She passes it over to Bayazkan. Bayazkan looking for an open player. She finds Blakesley. Blakesley gets blocked there by Orlana. Good one looking for Weiss there, but Mangone gets there just in time. And chasing over after it is Season Tone and Zienowicz. She's able to get it over to the other side. Here's Bayazkan now with it. She'll pass it over to Carney. Bradley now with it. Bit of a spin move there. Try to get away from that defender. Pass forward over to Season Tone. She'll take the hit from behind.
Yeah, that was more of a tackle than anything else.
Mia Lombardi with the kick over to Bradley. Now here's Zaug with it. Pass it over to Colleran, back to Zaug. Now here's Orlana with the ball. The kick. And it's almost picked up there by Lacerio, but it's right off the foot of Blakesley. Just under 10 minutes left here in the game. Still 1-0 Patriots. Mount Olive has gotten a lot of close plays, but they have not been able to execute on that offensive side yet this game.
This is going to be their biggest opportunity here of this half.
Mangone with the corner kick. Right off the hands of Lacerio. She is just able to save it. As Megan Weiss goes after it, tries to clear it. Can't get there, as that is picked up by Orlana. The kick forward, cleared by Chudrowski. But Mangone picks it up, but she is blocked once again. Sophia Bradley now with the ball, rushing downfield. Gets past two defenders. Kicks it right forward to Sophia Carney.
I'm not
Carney
sure what
doesn't go
she's
after
doing.
it.
Yeah.
Carney didn't go after that one. Lets Bradley go for it. Tries to cross it over to Carney. Cannot get there in time. That one's kicked back to Megan Weiss. Fighting for the ball there with Orlana.
Not sure what Carney was doing. She was wide open. Nobody in front of her. Sophia passes the ball, and she just seems to run away from it.
Giordano now with the punt. Here's Bayazkan. Over to Dara Golden. Weiss now with it. Passes it over to Bradley. Bradley tries a bit of a through pass. Cannot get there. And a trip up. That one will be called against the Patriots there.
That was a shoulder-to-shoulder hit. Full speed both ways.
Both players were on the ground after that trip up. Luckily, both of them got back up relatively quickly. As it looks like Sandia Zaug will be taking that free kick.
For Mount Olive, they don't have a lot of time to waste. 7 minutes and 49 seconds left to go.
That kick was by Giordano, the goalie. Over to Orellana. Trying to break free from Season Tone. Season Tone just gets there in time, gets that ball away. And Lombardi able to clear that one out of bounds. And here's the throw-in from Orellana. Over the Mangone. She will kick it out of bounds, but that will be called off the foot of Season Tone. Redmond trying to throw it in quickly. Colleran gets just under it, and she will kick it out of bounds. Here's the throw-in from Lombardi. Over the head of Redmond. And that will be called off of Zienowicz. As Lombardi once again goes for the throw-in. That one's over to Carney. But it's picked up quickly. Once again, great job being able to clear that ball out. Long kick there, but it's picked up easily by Lasario once again.
Patriots need to get back on the offensive side. Burn the clock, as that's what they've been doing for most of this half.
The punt from Lasario. That one's over to Dara Golden, who gives it over to Sophia Bradley. Bradley over to Carney. Carney trying to get past that defender. She does, and kicks it right over to Season Tone. Season Tone cannot get anything out of that one. Bayazkan now chasing after Mangone. Still chasing after that ball. As Goodwin's able to clear that one. And chasing after it is Lombardi and Orellana.
There was that looked to be out on Mount Olive, and then a push after the play.
That one's picked up once again by Lasario.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the referee saw on both of those plays. They looked to be both about out by Mount Olive as Janelle Lasario kicks it in.
Carney tries to get under that. But once again, Mount Olive able to get there. Sydney Chesson now with the ball. She clears it forward. Chasing after is Sophia Bradley. At just about the 10-yard line here. Looking for an open player. She finds Season Tone. Season Tone back over to Bradley. Trying to get to it before it gets out of bounds. She crosses it over. Chasing after is Bayazkan. High shot there. Giordano jumps up and gets that grab. Chasing after it now is Lombardi. She'll get under it. She'll clear that one over. As here is Alexa Mangone. Chasing after it now is Chesson. Can't get there as Zaug picks that one up. Another long shot there.
Use your body. Stop using your feet.
Hill's defense able to stop that one. And that is kicked far to the left. And it will be a goal kick for Lasario. Just under 4 minutes left here in the game. Hills still up by 1 as Lasario goes for the goal kick. Another long shot there. Once again, easy pickup there from Lasario right to her.
Mount Olive is not going to be able to score by taking these long shots at the goal. They're running out of time, though. Just about 3 minutes left to go in this game. Patriots holding on to this lead ever since the first half.
Carney loses that one. Mangone tries to get to it, but it's picked back up by Bayascon. Bayascon clears that one. And there will be a foul called.
I'm not sure what the foul was.
Not sure either. There's been a lot of interesting calls, especially in the second half. Out one again in favor of Mount Olive, but it is stopped off the free kick by Bayascon, who clears it, trying to shave some time off the clock once again. Kicks it forward. Another clear from Goodwin. Here's Season Tone. She's slightly tripped up, but she's able to take it. There will be a foul called there and a free kick for the Patriots.
They can take all the time they want right now. Now the clock has hit 2 minutes left to go in this game.
That's a free kick from Lombardi. Bradley tries to get under it, grabbing her leg there. Bit of a hard hit. Zianowicz passes it forward over to Zaug. And it is once again cleared by the Patriots defense. Minute 40 left to go. Trying to dive for that one is Zaug. Can't get there. Carney gets the ball, and she will clear it once again.
That's a great play by Carney. Just have the ball roll down the field.
Shave some time off the clock there. Minute 20 left. And that one is kicked out of bounds. Big thing to have that running clock, especially for the winning team's favor. Just under a minute left to go here. That one is cleared once again. Ball rolling down the field. She have an extra few seconds there. Chedorowski now with it. Tries to make that stop. Here's Bayascon. She'll pass it back over to Goodwin. Goodwin will clear that one. Off the head of Redmond. She passes it over to Zianowicz. Orellana looking for that one. The ball is cleared by Goodwin. And that does it for the game. Overall, great job from both teams. Jake, what have you noticed a lot in this game?
I noticed the aggressiveness all game, all 120 minutes of it for the Patriots. And it seemed like for Mount Olive towards the end of the game, they kind of realized that they have limited time left. And it came out of crunch time. They just couldn't get the goal. They went for the long goals. That's just not going to work against this Patriots defense. And for Janelle Serio, had a really good game. Not a lot of contested goals against her either.
Well, that about wraps things up here at Wayne Hills High School. Once again, the final score, Wayne Hills 1 and Mount Olive 0. For Jake Talerico, I am Jason.